Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Here We Are, Year Zero. I'm going
Hell
to be
of a
your
start.
DM. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be your DM, GM, storyteller, whichever you would like to call me, Forgotten Dreams, and I am joined by a lovely cast of people. You might even notice one additional member to the cast who you may have seen just yesterday. So I'm going to begin going down the list of folks, and we're going to start with today we're gonna go with Eric. Who are you? Who are you
Hoorah!
playing?
I am playing Dexter Cormac. He is the gun-toting um, liberal extremist of the group. It's a long stretch.
You go far enough left, you get them back.
That's
And
true.
You go far enough left, you get them back. That's an amazing quote. That's an amazing quote right there.
All right. Next up, we're going to pull Ava.
Hi. Hello. Hi. I
And
have
you are
nothing
playing.
else. Oh, I'm Rachel McMasters. Hi. Thanks.
Fantastic.
Friendly nurse. Loved
Friendly
by all.
nurse. Yes. Next up, we're going to have Ellen.
Ellen, I'm playing Olivia Newton. She goes by Via. She is new, not met the group yet. She is a forest ranger, currently visiting family in New York City, and was here when all this went down.
I love when you said Forest Ranger. My mind immediately went to D&D. And then I was like, wait, no, she's serious. She's a Forest Ranger.
She's a forest ranger in northern Michigan.
Fantastic.
Dexter will call you John.
Next up, we have Cabby.
Hello. I am playing me.
And last but not least, we have Moo.
Hey everybody, just me playing everybody's favorite good girl Kira, the very likable, understandable person, Clamps. Yeah, she's been nothing but a liability so far. Yay.
Fantastic.
There's more to her, I swear.
All right, and giving us a bit of a short recap in Cabby's preferred short, concise, but enough detail to give you a taste. We're gonna have Moot attempting it out this week.
Wow, Cabby. Word of the day is disappointment. All right, so basically we were gonna go naps because our lovely Rachel, it was just sleep deprived. We're like, all right, we'll figure things out in the morning after disagreeing. Then Cabby and Dexter went on a fun misadventure of let's mess things up. So they go out to see the paint guy at the paint store, and he's all like, "Hey, I'm a guy that Dexter recognizes." And they're like, "Cool." Cabby's like, "This is how many people we have. These are our resources. Want to steal from us?" He's like, "Maybe." So, anyways, they never rendezvous with him again. So his feelings are butthurt. He's gonna hunt us down, maybe. And then they decide to try to find a way to make an escape route to another building. Cabby almost dies, and then they also anger the gods of the sewers, and then big claw creatures, hunter style, just start, threatening us and hunting us down. We decide we got to evacuate. We wake up. I make noise because I'm useful, and now we're just driving down the streets. Blah blah blah. Avoid this. People shoot at us. Got supplies in there, and now we're basically going to meet up right outside of, I believe, that park in New York where people go to talk about their feelings, and the military's like, "Hey, this is where you come in, and you better not have that disease stuff." And we're like, "We're professionals, and we tested them, but we'll see how quality of our tests are." And, boom, boom, shoot, shoots. And important detail: Kira never found that panda backpack, so the quest continues. Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, I have a very pertinent question here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, precise damage of all 4 tires of the bus. How much do I need to remove from me?
Of the bus?
Mm-hmm. You know, the one I just got thrown under.
Yeah, the one that he was just thrown under.
I love you, Cabby. I love you.
Look at the previous episode.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't all your fault. In fact, most of it. No, I'd say it was an equal share, 50-50. So, bringing us back in, as it were, you guys are currently... I got to pull up my Google Maps, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you should now have a Google Maps view. So when I'm staring at the Google Maps, you can see the Google Maps. Fantastic. So currently where you guys are sitting is most of you are in the back of the ambulance, whereas Cabby himself is actually driving the ambulance. So the rest of you can simply see through a little slot window that you can see Cabby in, and most of your view is of... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, we already established there's a full pass-through that you can actually get up between.
Oh, there is a pass-through. Okay, good to know. Yeah. All right, fantastic.
That's how I got from the front into the back last time.
Fantastic. In that case, never mind about that description. All of you can see the large fenced checkpoint that they have essentially made here with a few concrete barriers right on 58th all the way back to 59th Street. It looks like they are doing sort of a double fence walling stop block, essentially. And in between those two streets, in the skyscraper off to your right, and also the fairly large building that's across from the fountain, you can see that there are two MG nests that are set up to overlook this main initial gate here on 58th Street, heading into Central Park. And you are waiting for the military to finally approach your vehicle. You can see about 6 members of the National Guard are kind of milling about at the large opening portion of the gate that aren't approaching your vehicle currently, but you do see a bit of movement through that gate at the second gate as it is opening, and individuals are starting to step your way. Cabby, you would have noticed them first. 3 of them look to be in full hazmat suits, and none of them have rifles, although they are escorted by 6 other National Guard members as they're heading through that second gate, coming to your gate now. If there's any conversation or anything like that would like to take place before they get to your vehicle. Now, I know you guys had already done personal tests, and I believe you all opted to do a blood test in the back of the ambulance before you actually arrived here at this gate. So take it from there.
So at this point, I would be looking over to Dexter and be like, they're probably going to be a little antsy if they see we have guns. How about we
try to take them? Do you?
Looking around at all of the armed military, I'm like, all my experience with law enforcement of any capacity, they don't like being shown up with the guns. How about we tuck them in the bench seat in the back?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So at which point we would hand back all of the guns, and I'd poke my head back and be like, hey, that bench back there, pull the latch, stick these underneath, close it up.
Okay. And if you could kind of describe, because there are people who have never been in the back of an ambulance.
That's fair.
What exactly does this layout look like, and where's this bench that you're pointing to?
So basic layout, if you get in from the back, you have your cot is right down the center, locked in place. On the right side is a bench seat that runs all the way up until the side door. That bench seat has a break in the middle, and both sides fold up independently, but it's one long area that we hold oxygen tanks in. Across the way from that, there is a small bench seat which carries a few more things. We call it the CPR seat. And then there's a captain's seat that faces the back of the ambulance that sits at the head of the cot. And then obviously the side door.
What was that?
Photo added to general chat.
Yeah, basically, except there would be a bench like in the wall on the left where that tall cabinet is. Otherwise, that's pretty damn close.
Fantastic. And there you go, chat. That's what it would essentially look like with a few changes, of course. All right. So,
That's an old fucking ambulance.
that is. Who is collecting and stowing away all the firearms?
I will do that. Dexter will do that.
Okay, fantastic. So Dexter, you go ahead and you round up everything. And for people, in case people don't remember from the other episodes, what firearms does everybody have?
I don't have
I've-
any.
I've just got a pump action that Dexter gave me.
Yep, and Dexter was carrying an AK-47 with 3 30-round magazines.
Okay.
I had a shotgun. Kaboom pow.
And both
I believe
both of your tenants from 211 actually go ahead and hand you their Glocks as
Hey,
well.
what was the girlfriend's name again?
Vanessa.
Right, and
I swear it was Veronica. I'm not trying to be difficult.
I'm pretty sure it's Veronica.
You're welcome.
Because
Yeah.
why are you doing this to him?
No, I'm kidding. It is Veronica. I do have it written down.
Cabby
Just
and
messing with
Dexter also had 2 .45 caliber Glocks that we procured from the security room.
That's what the 2 in the back had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tenants on the second floor.
There should have been
those,
3 Glocks in total that were in that.
So who has the other Glock?
That is the question.
I thought Dexter had like a little bag he had with like the extra ammo and all that. crap
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, you're right. He did stick the extra one in his bag.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good to know. So are you going to keep that bag next to you, or are you going to also store that bag?
I'm gonna look at him as he's looking at this gun. I'm gonna say, if we don't come with anything for them to, if they do want to take something from us, it's gonna look weird. So we should probably have something.
So at this point, I would say take one of the shotguns.
I'm more afraid
And-
they're going to take the ambulance.
Well, that's
Not my shoddy. It's my shoddy. Take your shoddy. My shoddy.
Okay. Put one of the shotguns in plain view in the back. Just like put it on the cot or something. And then Dexter, give me one of those pistols. There
The first
is
gate starts to open.
Yep,
Oh,
there
God,
is
hurry.
small compartment in the glove box that if you reach straight up underneath, it's an open area inside that typically people don't ever even realize is there.
Okay. Well, come on. Like, hurry up. The door's opening.
Okay. We stick 2 of the Glocks up in that hidden compartment underneath the glove box, and then Dexter will actually holster the 3rd pistol on his the holster wherever it is on his body, whether it's under his arm or whatever. He's not going to hide it from them, but he'll have it on his body just in case they allow us to have weapons inside.
Okay. All right. So you get everything stowed away like you want, just as the first gate finishes opening and the individuals go ahead and approach your car. One of the CDC-suited individuals comes up next to Cabby, your window. The other one goes over to the passenger side, and it looks like one is heading around the driver's side, headed towards the back of the vehicle already. The one next to your window, Cabby, just goes ahead and taps on the window 3 times. And you can see that he's got a little clipboard in his hand, and on top of the clipboard, there is one of those. I don't actually know what those thermoses are called. The ones that you can hold up and you can point at somebody, and if you have it really close to them, it'll take their temperature without you actually having to touch them. But you see one of those, and also a small UV light is on his clipboard.
All right. Is he kind of gesturing for me to roll the window down?
He's just tapping on the glass, and he's already looking down at his clipboard again.
All right. I'm going to crack it at this point. Be like, you want it all the way down?
That would be preferable.
All
And
right.
his voice is, of course, a little muffled by the suit.
So I'm gonna roll the window all the way down.
Okay. How many occupants do you have inside?
Take a quick count. How many of us are there?
3 NPCs, myself, Dexter, and Kira.
So
7?
7 total.
Okay.
We got 7 total, 3 medical personnel.
And Ellen is clung to the bottom of the ambulance.
Cape Fear! She's doing a Cape Fear!
Ellen is not there, but that's okay. So, you watch as he quickly begins to jot that down on his clipboard, and he says, "Okay, you said 3 medical personnel. In what field?"
Got me, emergency medicine, got 2 nurses in the back.
Okay. Okay. And is this your vehicle?
That's affirmative.
Okay. What hospital are you coming out of?
Which hospital would I be coming out of?
You would have been coming out of, oh god, what is it called? It's the one...
I mean, mind you, the ambulances aren't owned by the hospitals, but...
Yeah. It is the New York City Health and Hospitals Bellevue.
I'm just gonna pull my ID badge from my jacket and hand it to him.
Okay, fantastic. He reads that over, and you see he makes a few notes on his clipboard. And after he makes those notes, he says, "Okay, go ahead and hold up your left arm, please."
All right, I do so.
And he pulls out the thermos, and he goes ahead and checks your temperature. And then after he writes down what your temperature was on the pad, he goes ahead and he takes a small UV light. And as he does, you watch the 6 National Guard members that were escorting him kind of raise their weapons, not to point at you, but they're just a bit higher and at the ready. And you notice they're all focused on you at this point.
All right.
And he goes ahead and go.
I was gonna say, while he's pulling the light up, and be like, "You guys come up with a new test?"
Absolutely, sir. Give you 1 second. Go ahead and look this way. And he clicks on his UV flashlight, and he starts pointing it at your eyes. And he says, "If you could follow this for me, sir." And he begins moving it left and right very slowly. And then he clicks it off, and he says, "All right, you're good to go. If you could please step out of the vehicle and make your way to that officer right there." And he points to the 3rd officer in the group. And he says, "Stand over there, and you are clear to go."
No crit fails on this roll, guys.
All right. I'm going to hop out and be like, "You want the keys left in?"
Yeah, you can go ahead and leave the keys in.
All right. Fair warning, there are weapons in the vehicle.
That's totally fine. We kind of expect that.
All right. At which point I am going to make my way over to the officer.
And
Okay.
Upon hearing this, Dexter is going to re-sling his AK
Okay.
over his shoulder.
And you hear, all of you in the back here, from the front door as Cabby is stepping out. "Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you could go ahead and form up in 2 lines by the back door. We're going to get you checked out in pairs of 2 right next to each other. And then as you are cleared, you can go ahead and exit the back of the ambulance and rejoin your... I'm trying to... associate. That was the word that I was looking for.
Okay, we
Can we take a step with this?
start moving out the back.
Well, yeah, I'll match up with Dexter.
So you guys go ahead and open up the back doors, and you form up in lines. And you watch as the 2 other personnel go ahead and stand next to you guys, and they begin doing the tests one by one, going over your information. They go over where you came from, and they also want to know your age. And then past that, they do the temperature test, and then they do the UV light test. And once that's done, you guys go ahead and clear. They go ahead and they direct you to go ahead and stand over by Cabby.
Is that the first pair, or is all of us?
That's going through each and every one of you.
All right. I guess I'm gonna ask the people. Am I okay to put my stuff, or do I just leave that there for now?
Just leave that here for now.
Okay, thank you for your help, Mr.
You can call me Dr. Morrison.
Mr. Dr. Morrison. All right, I'm gonna go follow them.
Okay. And as you all are grouped over there, you watch as the National Guard members just go ahead and lower their guns fully and kind of get more relaxed. The two CDC members who don't have clipboards go ahead and step inside of the ambulance. And you all can give me a spot listen, aside from Ellen, of course, to see what you see them doing. Okay.
Woo!
Strong start for
Oh.
Rachel. Strong start.
God, I saw Cabby's roll instead of mine, and I was like, yes.
I'll spend 3 competency points to get to a success.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend competency points. I'll just take my failure. I'll probably talk away too, if you'll let me, or talk away, whatever.
It's not necessary in this particular one.
Okay.
I'd also like to spend through like the 4 success.
Okay, fantastic. So with you guys' successes, everyone who got a single success, which is just going to be Dexter in this instance, because he had to buy up to his success. What you simply see is them going through the back of the ambulance and searching it over with their UV lights. Kira, you said you bought 3 additional successes to bring it up to 4.
Correct, Amanda.
Okay, fantastic. So in that case, I'll come back to you in 1 second. So we're going to go to Cabby. Your 1 success was seeing them going over the back of the ambulance with the UV lights. Your next success is going to be seeing that when they get to the gun compartment and they open that up, you notice that they take out swabs and they go ahead and swab the guns. And then they test the guns in a solution under UV light. And then your last success for you, Cabby, is going to be noticing that when they get over to what medical supplies you do have in the vehicle, they take 1 vial of morphine.
All right.
For Kira, with your extra success, you're going to notice that while that guy is taking 1 vial of morphine, the other
I was gonna
one...
say,
oh,
are they breaking the box open?
they will if they have to, yeah.
Okay. Just because they are what do you call it? Locked, and they've got keys that stay on the medic at all times.
Oh, okay, in that case. I thought you were about to say locked and keys in them for quick use. In that case, instead, what he'll do is he'll look at the box, he'll notice it's locked, and he will pop his head out the driver's side window, because he can go ahead and get up there, and he's going to ask you if he can take a single vial of morphine.
I am going to walk over and rifle around through my pockets, making sure that I don't find them too quickly. Be like, yeah, no problem, give me a minute here. And I'm just gonna kind of casually bring up, so what's the morphine for?
It's just for a little experiment that we wanted to run, but we didn't want to risk too much of our own morphine in the process. We are looking at a secondary test that might help us out with the more extreme cases.
Yeah, sure. It's still rifling around through my pockets. I'm like, I know I got it here somewhere. Give me just a minute.
Yep.
I
And
want to know if they can drug one of those mutated.
still rifling around through, be like, yeah, we tried a few of our own tests. And what's the morphine supposed to do?
He kind of looks over at the one with the clipboard. Cabby, you don't notice it, but the others you would notice that the one with the clipboard goes ahead and nods. And then he finally looks back at you and he says, well, from what we're able to tell, if you inject it into their system, it has a weird effect. It makes them less violent, of course, but also it causes discoloration of the mucus that they've been putting out, and also it's been causing sort of this secretion of pus until eventually they give out and die. And we've got one of the more extreme variants in one of the barracks, and we'd like to test it out.
So at this point, I'm gonna reach in and be like, oh, there they are. Must have overlooked them. Grab the keys, toss it to him, and be like, now, is that just morphine or is that all narcotics?
From what I've been able to record so far, it's going to work with morphine, and then also small doses of alcohol won't work, but if you introduce roughly about 250 milliliters of vodka, or not milliliters, but liters of vodka, to one of them, it will actually do something.
Did you say 250 liters?
Yeah.
That's what I heard. What?
Like, all right.
So you
We
throw this
found
into a
one
kiddie
in an
pool of
interesting
vodka.
situation.
Hell of a time to be a junkie. All right, well, just lock her up when you find what you need. Should be on the top shelf at back right.
Fantastic. And he goes ahead and takes the key and he opens it up. And you can hear him in the back. Yeah, I'd just rather use morphine, and while the National Guard is kind of limiting on what use we can have in this situation, I don't exactly have that much vodka sitting around. And you watch as he takes out the single vial, goes ahead and locks it back, hands you back the key.
I mean, I could point you to a few guys who drink that in a given day, but
While Cabby is having this conversation with this doctor, Kira, what you're going to notice with your last success is that the other one specifically begins to swab the air vents of the ambulance, and testing each vent individually.
Excuse me, doctor, Mr. Question?
The one that's talking to Cabby kind of turns his head. Yeah.
Oh, if that's the same original one who gave me the name.
Mhm.
Sorry, I know you're busy people and we're holding you up, but do you guys know how this thing spreads? Like, is it
Transfusion
like a
of
kissing
mucus.
disease? So, like, don't kiss people?
Don't have any mucus thrown up in your face. Or any orifice for that matter.
I'm going to turn my face and be like, wet on wet.
I'm just gonna like scrunch my face, like, okay, yeah.
And with that, you watch as they finally begin to pack themselves up, and they go ahead and step out of the ambulance. And when they close it back, well, actually, no, they'll leave it open. But when they leave the ambulance and they get back over to you, you watch as the one with the notepad or the clipboard finishes making a few notes. And he says, all right, you're free to go ahead and go in. You may return to your vehicle. And once you get to this next gate, what we're going to have you do is you're going to go ahead and register with the quartermaster what weapons you have and how much ammo you have so that we know what we have resource-wise in the base. And then you'll be free to go ahead, and we're going to assign you to Tent 7. So when you get in there, ask the quartermaster the directions for Tent 7. He'll point you on your way.
Sounds good. So I'm going to hop back up in.
So just to be clear, there's no requirement to relinquish our weapons.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, in that case, I've got some stuff in the ambulance that we need to grab real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
we're taking the ambulance in with us, as I thought.
You're taking everything with you, including the ambulance, sir.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll hop up in, we'll pull the, as we're driving through, we'll pull the 2 handguns out of the little hidden compartment. And...
Dr. Mister, one last question as I'm about to go inside the vehicle.
Yes.
Sorry, do you know if this stuff affects, like, animals that aren't Homo sapien Sapien?
So far ineffective in dogs. We don't know about cats. And monkeys affected. Yeah, there's a wide variety of animals that we're looking to test out. But I haven't. If they have been tested, I don't have that research sitting in front of me just yet, and I haven't got a call in for it. So, for now, assume safe unless you run into a monkey.
Zoo. All right, got it. No zoos. Thank you.
Oh, well, there's the Central Park Zoo right over there.
What? Okay. Monkey ate all
I'm
primates,
just gonna
right?
look. I'm just gonna look over at Kira and be like, "So don't pet the monkeys this time."
I just give you an upset look. So all primates, right? Like gorillas, orangutans, little.
Currently, it's only been tested out on gorillas and chimpanzees.
Gorillas.
Dexter pushes Kira at this point. All right, moving along.
Have a good one. And they go ahead and back off, and they let you through to the second gate. When you get up to the second gate, you're stopped again, this time by purely the National Guard. And you notice that they have a German Shepherd there with them, and they have the German Shepherd go underneath the car, and not physically go underneath, but like check underneath the car. And he sniffs around for a bit.
They find me.
He sniffs around for a bit, and then they pull him back when he doesn't make any signals. And you watch as a man in his late 20s, thick glasses, shaved head, has the insignia of a private on his shoulder, and his name tag would read E. Ramirez. Comes over to your door, Cabby, and he says, "Can I go ahead and get a counting of all weapons and any ammunition that you have in the vehicle?"
And I'm just gonna look over at Dexter and kind of
Dexter
like,
quickly
all
rattles
you.
off the quantity of weapons, the types, and the very close approximation of ammo.
Okay. He goes ahead and he writes that down, and he says, "Okay, if you need any repair work done on any of them, or if you need to get them cleaned in case you don't have any kits, you can go ahead and go up to the tent. The quartermaster's tent is going to be the one that's about 20 feet from this gate here, over on the right, that large one over there."
Great, we will do that.
Fantastic.
All right, where you want us to park?
You are going to be parking. 1 second. You're going to go ahead and you're going to drive down to where 66 and 65th meet, and you're going to stop next to the Dairy Visitors Center and gift shop. When you get there, you're going to hand your keys to Master Sergeant Green. Master Sergeant Green will move your vehicle and park it officially, probably within somewhere around Sherry Hill or Strawberry Fields.
Okay. I am gonna ask him if there is a medical tent anywhere around here.
Medical tents are going to be located right next to 86th Street, the 86th Street Transverse, next to the New York Police Department Central Park Precinct. It's going to be in the Great Lawn basketball courts near there.
We got quite a bit of medical supply on here. Do you want us to go down there, unload?
For now, go ahead and give the vehicle to Green. If they want to unload it,
So
make a drop over at the medical tents on your way to which tent are you assigned to, by the way?
7, I think it was.
Okay, in that case, you're going to be at the Shakespeare Garden. So when you get over to the Shakespeare Garden, get yourself set in. When you have the time, make your way over to the Great Lawn basketball courts, talk to one of the professionals there, see if they want any extra supplies.
So, does this area look secure? Like, does it look fortified and
Give
secure?
me a spot listen as you kind of take or better yet, a search roll, I think is what it's called, as you begin to look around and kind of see what all is going down here in Central Park. What's changed?
going to make that roll as well.
Absolutely. So Dexter and Rachel, we'll start with Rachel because she only has 2 successes, unless you'd like to boost those with your competency points.
Sure, I'll bump it up by 3.
Okay, so you'll go ahead and spend 3 competency points and bump it up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, bringing you to a grand total of 5. Dexter, do you want to spend 2 and bump yours up to 5 as well?
Sure, yes.
Okay. In that case, I can give you both equal descriptions. What you guys can immediately see is maybe from where you are to about... wrong map, this map. From where you are, which is essentially a gateway on West 59th Street, to roughly about East 65th Street before it merges with 66, where the arsenal is. There are a significant number of sandbag positions. There's 50 cals that are set up looking in different directions. They've walled off with these large fences and tarps, and they've double fenced all the streets so far that you can see around Central Park itself, with this being the only visible gateway that you can see at this time. There are a few quickly built watchtowers that are placed here and there, each being maybe about 100 to 250 meters apart. And there is either a Abrams or a Bradley placed next to each of the watchtowers. And so far from what you can see, there are 3 watchtowers in the area that you can see.
So secure is what I'm hearing.
By your best guesses as a civilian.
Okay. Does there look like there's any type of helicopter pad?
Not that you can see, no. Not from where you are.
Okay. So no sign of them preparing for evacuation, which is in less than... What time is it? Like less than 5 hours?
I believe it's 4 a.m.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 hours? No,
Yep.
sorry. 6 or 7 hours.
However, you do remember hearing the sound of helicopters behind the fences when you first arrived to Central Park, and you had to drive around to this gate. You did hear helicopter engines on idle when you were there.
Okay.
You just don't currently hear them.
Okay. Still kind of strange that they're not like hurrying to kind of prepare for more people to evacuate kind of thing. Oh well. Okay. Thought there.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that stream. I know you guys couldn't see the rolls there for a little bit. That's okay. We fixed that. That is good. All right. So, let's see here. Yeah, go ahead and send this. That's fine. But yeah, go ahead and once you're settled in, make your way over to the medical tents, talk to one of the staff there, and see if they're looking to receive any additional supplies. If they are, they'll probably just head back with you to the truck.
She's gonna make a comment to the person that's talking to us. You guys seem like you're settled in pretty well,
Yeah, absolutely.
but aren't you guys evacuating?
Evacuation begins at 11:45, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Unless there's anything else, you can go ahead and pull on through.
All right, I will pull through and head over that way. I am going to stop for just a minute. I am going to have Dexter switch places with me. And I am going to hop into the back, and I am going to start grabbing all of my really important medical equipment, anything that can be used for anything that can be used in traumatic situations that I can't just work up on the fly. And I'm going to start jamming as much of it into my go bag as possible. I'm also going to get the monitors and or the monitor, all of the batteries, everything like that. The what's it called? The drug box. I'm gonna throw it all on the cot.
So I noticed Cabby doing this, and I'm gonna also help him with this like process so that he gathers everything.
Okay, fantastic.
And we're gonna get all the oxygen tanks, everything. Throw it right on the cot. Strap it all down. That is staying with me.
And the go bag is up there for everybody to see on the screen. There you go. The infamous go bag.
Actual
All
picture of Cabby included.
Basically. Yeah, we worked that one out already.
Absolutely.
Oh, she didn't see.
No, she didn't. Yeah, you guys should repost
Rachel
that.
and Cabby.
Assuming that Dexter continues to drive where he was told, you guys eventually do make it over to 65th and 66th Street, next to the Dairy Visitor Center and gift shop. And as you pull up, what you can quickly see is that there are roughly about 15 vehicles in this road. And there are people currently stepping out of them. And there's also a good 30 National Guard personnel kind of moving about, talking to people with clipboards. And you, as you're pulling up, you see one of the individuals hands over their keys. Guy gets in, and he drives it down the road and into the tunnel to the other side of the park. And you've got another period of waiting time where if you wanted to talk, you could.
Dexter's going to sling his backpack, and he'll put the shotgun down in the backpack, so only the barrel sticking out the top, and then sling the AK. And he'll make mention, I would like to get over there and get all of our weapons cleaned, if at all possible.
So I'm gonna holler up Dexter, be like, all right, if you want to get the weapons clean, Rachel and I will go take everything back to our tent.
She's gonna look at Megan and the tenants from floor 2, and she's gonna say, so it appears that we're in a safe zone of some kind or stature. You guys are welcome to stay with us and continue on with us, like if you want to, be with us, but by no means do you have to stay, with us. I mean, does that make sense, I guess? Hello?
No, we got you.
Hello.
No, I'm talking to like the NPCs, and I'm waiting for for Dreams to say something.
I'm just validating that your mic is working.
Oh.
That was kind of my purpose as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I'm gauging what their reaction is going to be.
Screw you guys.
Yeah, they go ahead and they shake their heads in unison that they agree. And you watch as Nurse Silvers kind of says, "Yeah, and if I could maybe talk to you alone for a moment."
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, Megan, that's fine.
We'll wait until we get to tent 7.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they had to do sort of a loyalty check.
Oh.
All right.
And what did the tenants from floor 2?
They agreed. They're
gonna stick with us.
They're
Okay.
gonna stick with you for now.
Okay. Well,
let's see here.
okay.
As you're kind of finishing that up, you watch as an individual in uniform kind of walks over to your window and goes ahead and knocks twice. And he motions for you to roll down the window. Either Dexter or Cabby, whoever is currently in the driver's seat, because I don't think Cabby switched back.
That would be Dexter. Jesus Christ.
This just got 18 plus.
How's it going, stud?
For context of the listeners, memes are dropped in the Discord, and yeah.
It's not vulgar. It's just Olivia Newton-John.
Absolutely, from Greece, at the end of Greece.
Yep. He's still staring at you, Dexter.
Dexter.
Why am I being...
You're driving.
Okay. I must have missed something.
Yes, you did.
Well, Cabby went into the back with myself, and we got everything put together. You're driving the cab, so you're in the driver's seat driving the cab.
Okay, so we are going to go to the destination where they told us to go.
You're already there. The guy's knocking on the window, waiting for you to roll down the window.
We will roll down the window.
Fantastic.
How you doing?
Hey.
You're paying a little too much attention to that gift. I love you, Ellen. All right, so hey, how you doing? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be taking the vehicle from here. We want to know how many people are in the vehicle. He says really quickly.
I think that we discussed that there were...
This is a different guy, completely different.
7.
Yeah, he was just trying to remember the number.
Okay. All right, good to know. So we're gonna have I'm gonna have Private Daniels go ahead and walk you over to your tent. And what tent number are you?
7, I believe.
Okay, 1 second. Daniels, walk this one over to 7. And you watch as kind of a scrawny black guy in his early 20s kind of walks over. He's got his helmet on. He's got his rifle slung. He kind of gives you a nod, Dexter, as he walks over. But the guy who was initially at your window continues. So if you've got any weapons in the vehicle, go ahead and collect those now. Get ready to move with those. If you want to take any bags, any personal belongings, go ahead and take those now. We're going to be parking this bad boy over next to... Oops, sorry. We're going to be parking it over near Strawberry Fields. And if you want to pick it up, you can make your way over to the John Lennon Memorial, where we have a little station set up so people can retrieve things from their vehicles and everything like that. But I'd rather you take as much as you can now, so that way you don't have to make a return trip.
Great. 2 questions. Is this quarantine area completely encircled with fencing, or are we just on the non-black side of the fence?
Oh no, this place is completely encircled.
So that leads me to my second question. What's the means of evac when the
We're going to be taking the choppers out. So when you guys, when it gets to 11:45, you guys are going to go ahead and make your way down to what part of Central Park is it? What's the actual name of that park? You guys are going to be making your way down to North Meadow. Where all the baseball fields are. And you are going to get designated a field. You'll go to your field. You'll wait for your chopper. Your chopper arrives, or if you're within the first group, you'll go ahead and get on. You'll be taken out to the next destination, which is a green zone at the moment.
Okay, great. And if we have intel on folks that are still inside or out the quarantine area, where do we take that?
If you've got intel on people still inside, you're going to want to take that up with Lieutenant Myers. He's going to be down there. He's actually not going to be too far from Tent 7. So when you get down to Tent 7, go ahead and make your way 1 second. And he goes over the radio, and you guys hear the double feed in your car as he goes over the radio. And he messages for the lieutenant, and the lieutenant eventually replies, and the two of them talk for a moment, and he tells you that he is over actually at the New York Police Department Central Park precinct. And, gets off the radio, and he says, well, you heard that, so there you go.
All right, thank you for the info, and
Yep.
we will depart the truck, and Dexter will look back in the back and say he's instructed us to take anything and everything that we want or need out of the vehicle. They're going to park this vehicle, and we're going to be evacing soon. So anything left here will be left here.
Absolutely.
So at this point, I've basically just stripped everything out of the back of the ambulance.
Okay.
And it should all be loaded up on the cot or in a bag.
Now, you can't take the benches in bed with you, so I'm assuming that stays there.
No, I can take the bed with me.
That's true. Yeah.
Cot comes out.
Oh, that's a good point.
Hence
Do
the
you
reason I was
want to?
loading everything up onto the cot. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So you
Smarter,
go ahead,
not harder.
you
I
roll
wheel
that stuff
sucker
out, and
those bad boys are 180 pounds, but they're electric.
under the guide of the private, he goes ahead and he leads you over to tent 7, and you can see they're the sort of sharp angled bubble tents, if you know what I'm talking about. They had them at the stupid fire party that went horribly wrong on that island. God, that was a long time ago now that I think about it.
Yeah, it was.
But they have those tents essentially out and stacked in rows, and they've even got a cafeteria line kind of formed over by the precinct building, and you can see that in this area they have a smaller essential guarding perimeter around the tents that are set up here. And there's anywhere between 35 to 40 National Guard members that are sort of milling about, protecting the area, talking, doing their thing. And you guys head straight to your tent, or what do you do?
I am going to take the cot over to the tent, unload any of our personal items off of it, and then I am going to look at Rachel, be like, hey, I'm going to head over to the medical tent. Once you're done with Megan, if you want to meet me over there.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you arrive at the tent, you can see that the flap's already open, and you do see an individual or individuals. You're not sure. You only see one at this time as you're first getting to the tent. In there, as Ellen, would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah. She would be sitting on her cot, crisscross. She has a large hiker's backpack next to her. Long, dark hair, brown eyes, average height, average build, 26. Just sitting there, chilling on her cot.
Fantastic. And would you say that the others involved in your backstory are also there, or were they not?
Oh, they're not.
Okay, good to know. So that is the individual you see inside of the tent by themselves at this point, possibly even, grubbing down on a small, plastic tray of breakfast food that they may have provided you if you wish to have gone to the cafeteria line.
Wouldn't skip out on free food, so
Fantastic.
Are you speaking for your character, or?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, both, of course. Who would? But she just raises a fork when she sees you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Oh wait, I'm not there.
You could totally be there if you wanted to, if you walked to the actual tent.
I gotta go talk to Megan. We're going doing the Megan thing.
All right, fantastic.
Not
So
there.
I'm gonna wheel the cot in and drop off the couple of personal items on the bed, and on my way out, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, keep an eye on our stuff too."
Breakfast still hot.
I'm used to cold food, and then I head over to the medical tent.
Start making your way that way. And that is where we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with more Here We Are, Year Zero, with our new character finally back. Go! See you soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Here We Are, Year Zero. So, coming back into things, we bring the camera back in with our dear Nurse Silvers and Rachel alone by themselves, away from the rest of the group.
Yeah. What's going on, Megan? How's we
Hey,
made it. We're
we
safe,
did.
right?
We did make it. We're safe. We're okay. Are we sure we want to be with these people?
What do you mean?
We had, at least from what I felt, was a perfectly good situation going, and then they fucked it up.
Yeah. They're You're talking about the guys, right?
Yes,
Like
yes, I'm
Dexter.
talking about the guys.
Yeah,
And you
well,
know,
I was
I've worked with you. I trust you. I know you. You didn't fuck up. They did.
I know. Uh Believe me, I've noted it. I
So are we just
don't
counting this as a strike? Because it
so
feels like
here's
right here, right now, a strike is a long way of could get us dead. You know what I'm
I
saying?
No, I understand. There's very few. I'm feeling you because I feel like there's going to not be a whole bunch of room for fuck ups, right? I will say this though. Um, we're here now. We have these walls here. We have 6 hours to go, 7 hours to go until evac. Um, they're letting us keep our guns. They're encouraging us to like maintain them even. I think this is I don't know if that place would have lasted at all.
I
I
don't
was
know
kind of
either. It was just simply the fact that we were doing okay,
mhm.
and due to decisions that you and I and that lovely couple from 211, none of us made,
Yeah, I know. Like
suddenly it all went to shit.
we weren't even included in that.
No,
Yeah, let's I'm going to bring it up with like the rest of the group, like maybe when we have breakfast or something like that. I'm sure there's going to be like somewhere we can grab a bite to eat and stuff. And I'm getting kind of hungry as well. I can't remember when I ate last. So um,
I just
we'll
want you to
see.
know
Yeah.
that it's great we're going to have this conversation with everybody. But I want you to know my thoughts on this. I think if this doesn't become a little bit more democratic than it's currently been, when we get to where we're getting, wherever these people are going to drop us, maybe we just walk away.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. Like, well, let's see what they say first.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm willing to give them that chance. I'm willing to.
yeah.
I just want you to
Yeah.
know my opinion on it, because you're the only thing I can trust right now.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and kind of give her like a reassuring squeeze and be like, "Hey, I appreciate that, and thank you for, keeping calm during that entire thing. I was a little shaken too, but um, I mean, it really helped that you were on the level as much as you could be. So I appreciate that.
She offers to go in for a hug, but won't do it unless you accept.
Yeah, I'll hug her.
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right. And that's the extent of the conversation she wanted to have with you. If you want to bring up anything else with her, just let me know.
I want you to know that you can come to me for this kind of stuff too.
Absolutely.
Like if
Absolutely.
okay. And if you hear anything else from, some of the other people, like the folks from the second floor, just let me know that too. Don't necessarily say anything to them or anything, but just, kind of let me know what's going on. Okay.
I'll let you know, but from what I've seen, they took a little longer to kind of respond to the sticking with us thing than I would have thought.
You think so? You
Yeah.
think they're just kind of going with the flow right now?
I think they're going with I think they are equally minded with myself.
Okay. All right. Noted. I'm gonna see what the others are doing and kind of make the suggestion to kind of go get some food. I don't know if anyone else has slept. Are you okay? Like, do you need? I know you had some rest when we first got in because you were really shaken and stuff. So, are you all right on the whole
I'm okay
sleep
for
thing?
now. I think I'm going to be okay until we evac. I'll, as soon as we're off the ground, I've been known to sleep on planes. I'm sure I can sleep on a chopper.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll see if folks are how they're feeling on rest and food and stuff like that, and try to get everybody. I know there's a lot to do and people are still kind of on edge, but they need to they need to take a break every once in a while too. You know.
Okay.
All right.
Stay safe. And
All right.
she kind of heads off.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the tent with Cabby, or the medical tent, and I'm just gonna kind of duck under and join them.
Okay. Cabby is not in the tent. Oh, wait, no, you're going to the medical tent. Sorry. I was about to say
Yeah, I'm over the medical.
You said medical, so yeah, you're good. So you catch up to Cabby just as he's about to get to the medical tents. And Cabby, what you can see, there's about 12 tents that are set up here. They're sort of using they've tarped over the basketball courts, and they've made those into essentially separate triage areas. And you can see they have quite a few individuals moving in and out of those tents, and every once in a while you'll see a nurse or somebody come out and just throw a bucket of blood into the grass.
Wonderful. So
What is that?
And I'm just gonna kind of look over at her and be like, "How long you been doing this job?"
I've never thrown buckets of blood out on the grass, Cabby.
Welcome to
Have you-
EMS.
Have you thrown buckets of blood out on the grass?
I mean, I've mopped it out of my ambulance before in copious
Yeah.
amounts.
Yeah, but that's not the same as taking a bucket of blood and just tossing it on the grass. Like they collected it somehow. Like what do they have it like hooked up to someone's like questions? Observations.
And this is why you did more schooling than me. And I'm just gonna keep pushing the cot into the tent.
God. So I'm going to try to find somebody, or I'm going to ask the person that's dumping the bucket of blood on the grass. What happened?
Male nurse, early 30s. His scrubs are soaked through at this point, and he kind of looks at you very quickly and he goes, I'm just cleaning the floors. What's up?
Cleaning. Oh, okay. I just didn't. I didn't know what was going on.
You
You
need
said
medical
you're-
attention or something?
No, I'm a nurse, and I just got here and just curious about why you were dumping a bucket of blood in just here.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk to somebody, talk to Dr. Riviera. I got work to do.
Dr. Riviera.
And
Okay.
he heads back into the tent.
All right.
Cabby, meanwhile, you said you went into the tent?
Yep, I'm pushing the cot into the tent.
Okay, you make your way into the tent itself, and what you're greeted with is here on this court, they've got just enough space to have 6 beds set up with monitors and personnel moving around, and there's about 12 individuals in here. Some of them look to be doctors, others look to be most of them look to be nurses, and everybody on the beds are National Guard. Some of them are missing limbs. Others have severe scarring to the face or chest. And they are just working as fast as they can to triage these people.
All right. So I am going to see if I can locate the charge nurse.
I wouldn't know what a charge nurse looks like, so you find a nurse who looks like the charge nurse.
Charge nurse is just the one who keeps all of them organized. Isn't really doing the actual
Is-
nurse work, is just administrating all of them.
She's
Okay.
in charge.
Fantastic. So you see a
charge.
nurse with a clipboard and a pen walking around and checking people's charts and trying her best to stay out of the way, but still give directions here and there.
All right, so I am going to push the cart over to one side and let out a loud whistle. And
All the heads turn, including those soldiers who are able to turn their heads.
not paying attention to any of the rest of them, I'm just gonna point to the charge nurse, assuming she looked at me.
Okay. At the moment you point to her, everybody else continues back with what they were doing, and she walks over to you and puts the clipboard underneath her right armpit. How can I help you? I see you brought some goodies.
Figure you could probably use a good chunk of these.
Yes, I could. You got a clipboard or something that'll tell me what we've got here, or do I have to turf through this shit myself?
What are you? You're giving it to.
And I'm just gonna look back at Rachel and put one hand up and be like, I'm kind of attached to my bag here, and I'm just gonna sling it over one shoulder. I'm like, the rest of it though, figure you got more use for it than we do in this place, and it definitely kind of looks like I was right.
So I'm going to take a no clipboard on what you got. All right. I'll just sort through this eventually. Matthews! And you watch as one of the nurses comes over and starts taking off his gloves. And she says, take this out there and sort through this and then give me a count of what we got. And he just nods his head and starts moving the cart. Well,
right.
The help's appreciated. If you want to actually participate, you can go ahead and grab a set of gloves and go ahead and, clean yourself up and get in one of the tents.
So as he's pulling the cart away, I'm going to grab the drug box, the A-Pack, the monitor off, and be like, welcome to keep the rest of it. I'm not great with long-term care. I'm a Band-Aid sticker, and I'm going to start working my way out of the tent and be like, but I think she's perfect for you.
And her eyes immediately lock on to Rachel. Perfect for me, really.
And I have already darted out of the tent.
You did. You.
Well, young lady, and you watch as she steps up to you. It looks like you've been volunteered. I need you in tent 3. There's a Sergeant Mathers. He's missing both of his legs. He needs some serious treatment, and I've only got a single nurse on him right now. So if you could get over there and clean yourself up beforehand, get sterilized, get to work.
As a player, and if my cam was on, I'd be flipping Cabby off right now. Motherfucker.
I know.
So her all the ideas that she was going to have on making sure her group was prepared to go on the evac is
Tell me more.
Sidelined.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Not really, but
She okay, so she's going to take care of this individual as best as she can with the the knowledge that she's had, because she can't just like walk away from someone, especially if she can do something.
All right. You go ahead and you make your way over to the small cleanup tent that they've got. You go ahead and you get yourself sterilized. You make your way into the tent that you were assigned to. And we watch as you quickly pick things up and get right into the groove of things, as I'm going to have you make a advanced medicine check. Would you like to spend competency points beforehand?
He has both of his legs missing.
Both
Is
of his
that what
legs are gone. They look like they have not been cleanly ripped off. And there is a nurse desperately trying to get an IV into his arm as you get into there.
Is he knocked out? What's the status?
He is completely
of his arm?
unconscious. He's got two
Okay.
tourniquets on on both of his legs.
Okay.
The tourniquets look like they're soaked through at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I'll do 3 competency points with
I
it.
was gonna
Okay.
say, but before you do that, Aaron, is that cart anywhere nearby?
The cart that you just dropped off, that
Yes.
would be in tent 1 at this point, and it's been pulled outside of tent 1 while they're going through what's on the cart.
Okay. I was gonna say because Rachel absolutely would have noticed that there was should have been a yellow package on there, which is just an IO gun.
She's I believe this tent has probably more advanced things than
No.
I don't understand what an IO gun is. You're going above my knowledge level.
Sorry. Specifically, he said that they were having a hard time getting an IV on her. An IO, you just drill it into the bone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Actually pretty easy.
I've seen it done. I didn't know what that was called, though. But thank you for telling me.
Interosseous.
Okay. So without getting into too much medical mumbo jumbo for the audience, she's going to do 3 competency points to save the fucker's life with her advanced medicine thing so that she can get the hell out of the tent before another one comes in and takes up more of her time.
Fantastic. So we are not going to hear back from Rachel for a little while. As Rachel is in the process of saving this man's life, we are going to bring the camera back into tent number 7 as we kind of focus in for a moment on, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look at the characters' names again, Miss Newton, as she's eating away and just finishing up her breakfast. And anyone else who's in the tent at this time.
So that's something I was unclear of because I know Olivia was introduced, so she's just our tent mate basically is the
Correct.
introduction. All right, cool. So I guess Olivia is just by herself. Are there other NPCs with her?
No one else but her is in the tent.
All right, then I guess I'll walk forward and be like, hi there, nice to meet you. I think you're muted right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Via.
That's a cool name. I go by Kira. Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
So, food, huh?
Yeah, breakfast. Probably saw the line when you were coming in. It's not bad.
I think I'll wait till the morning like a fool. Sleep sounds nice. Oh, wait, before that though. Sorry to be a bother. Do you know where the medical tent is?
I don't. I got here. They told me to come in this tent. I've pretty much been here ever since, other than getting food. I haven't really wandered around.
Well, this is kind of weird. So, is Dexter in the tent with us?
No, Dexter's already moved on to get the guns cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about the male hiker dude?
Michael and V are both in there as well.
Okay. Then I guess I just kind of like lean closer to Olivia and be like, do you have any spare product? Kind of like point down.
Oh, yeah. And they go into their bags and they hand you some
No,
stuff.
I said it's Olivia.
Oh, okay. You said that a little.
Okay,
I thought you
well,
said
NPCs.
leaned into the NPCs.
Nah, we have
Sure,
no-
of course. She hands it over.
I give back the size 3 ones and I take the 2. Just need moderate. Thank you. and I go
No
looking for a
problem.
bathroom all awkward like.
Fantastic. So you are left in the tent by yourself for a moment. as you watch Kira scuttle out and head towards the potties that they've set up. And what exactly, other than eating breakfast, is there anything special you'd like to do? You have these two new individuals, one wearing a Doom Eternal shirt, both of them are in hiking gear, essentially, except for the fact that they're in casual clothing.
My microphone keeps going out. Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Not super chatty. She just kind of would wave and then probably get up and sort of casually look without touching at the stuff that Cappy brought in.
Okay. So you start doing that, and you watch as the two of them go over to the cots and start putting their stuff down. And from what you can see immediately on them, you notice they're probably not extreme hikers, but they've definitely done it, at least for a few years, from the equipment that you see on them and that they're putting down. They've definitely done it quite a few times. And they just immediately start making light conversation. Hi, who are you? You know, things like that. And they go ahead and they tell you their names. And Cabby, what would you have left in the tent?
Pretty much just any personal belongings. Other than that, pretty much everything else came with me on the cot.
Fantastic. So you don't see much that Cabby has brought in.
Boring.
Fantastically boring.
So hikers, huh?
Yeah, we did quite a bit, mostly on the Appalachian Trail, and also we did some hiking in the Grand Canyon, and we had plans to go to Everest, but then all this happened.
Plans to hike the Appalachian with my cousin. That's why I'm
Oh,
here.
really?
I'm not from New York, but I found myself here now.
Oh,
Yeah, we were gearing up, getting ready to go in the spring.
So your cousin lives here?
Yeah, not too far from here.
Do you know if they're okay?
No. I mean, I do know. She's not. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too.
And it's around that time that Cavi, you would be getting back.
I would not be actually heading back to that tent.
Okay, I assumed that you were. My bad.
Nope.
In that case, I can say that Kira would have finished her business.
Thanks again. So Via, right?
Yep. Olivia, but I go by Via. My parents, they were, I don't know if you've seen the movie Grease. They were big into Olivia Newton-John. My last name's Newton. It's embarrassing. So I go by Via. It's easier.
I think I've only seen like 4 movies ever, but no, Grease. So I think it's very like lubricated. Is it like people skiing on the floor with like oils?
No, not at all. What is this?
I don't know. It's some old time movie. My parents.
It's
liked
one of
it.
the
I don't know.
greatest movies. You see Michael pipe up.
There's a lot of
like,
singing, but yeah, I just go by Via.
Singing in a movie? Why? What?
Why not?
Because there's music. What? I thought movies were. Why would you sing?
Haven't you ever watched a musical?
A what?
Oh my god.
Oh wait. Broadway has those, right?
And Michael just kind of buries his face in his hands, and I'm just gonna sit over here, and I am going to look at my phone to see what the news has to say. And V kind of gives a chuckle and kind of joins him.
Oh.
From that you've never seen a movie.
No, I've seen like 4. There was the one where there's like the clowns and they come from space and then they're like killing people.
It was
It's really
called It.
scary.
It was called It.
No.
Killer
The-
clowns from outer space.
yes.
Of
Oh,
all the
that one.
movies in the world, that's one of the 4 that you've seen. That's terrible.
I had nightmares for years. I don't like clowns. I really don't like clowns. I don't like clowns.
Not listening. You hear that from the corner.
So what brings you here, Mrs. Via?
Well, they told us to come here. Said they were evacuating.
Okay. So, do you know if they have like pay phones around? Or actually, do you know where we go to talk to people to try to? Is someone knocking on the door?
Those were gunshots.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
You mean like
right.
the people in charge here? You want to talk to?
Well, hold on. We should probably check out on who's knocking with bullets. And I go poke my head out of
Oh,
the
I
tent.
hear that all the time. It's pretty common.
Here?
I mean, we're in New York City. Gunshots are part of life, right?
Yeah, definitely sticking my head out
I don't know. I'm from Michigan.
It sounds a little too automatic. Doesn't even sound semi. 3-shot burst, maybe? I don't know. Head out 10.
Stick your head out the tent and go ahead and make me a spot. Listen. Gunshots have stopped at this point now.
All right. Time to disappoint the team with bad rolls. Here we go. All right. And the power vested in me. Oh, right. I click all this extra stuff.
Fucking shit.
I will commit to that fail because it sounds like it's more dramatically interesting for the story. So,
as you poke your head out of the tent, you see people nervously looking around in the food line of the National Guard members are looking off in the direction of the east. Yeah.
Wait, is the stream still happening though?
Oh, did I freeze for you guys?
You left and came back.
The Discord.
Oh, that's interesting and new and not a thing that should be happening at all.
Well, it did.
All right. Well, I am
Okay,
back.
so video's back there. Is everything good on your streaming?
Yeah, everything is good on the stream.
Cool. And I assume we continue. So I guess I poke back into the tent and go.
Everything but the cameras, that is. But I will fix that. Don't you worry.
Do we pause or do we keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
All right. So I'm going to convey to the 3 in the tent. People look concerned, but I don't know. Maybe they're just nervous. I should probably go to sleep. I'll start preparing for the night.
What did you see?
Nothing. Just laying in a cot for a blanket, pillow. Throwing the blanket on me.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to you in the morning, Miss Via.
I'll wake you up if anything happens.
Probably will. I snicker.
Camera pulls out of the tent and pulls over Central Park. We can now see a trail of lazy black smoke heading in the direction of Central Park from the east side, particularly coming from what looks to be somewhere around 97th and Gustav. Are trails of lazy smoke. And then the camera slowly pans on down and catches back up with Dexter as he is standing just outside of the quartermaster's tent.
Dexter's going to be merciful and say that he works with the quartermaster to inventory their gear, cleans his weapons, and then he'll proceed to track down the person they said that we needed to provide our intel to. Give everything that he knows about the 100 approximate people that were in the building right down the road from us. That were part of the group of the gentleman that was going in and out of the Sherwin-Williams. He's going to let them know that they were attempting to fortify their basement door with concrete, and that they seemed to be in decent spirits and care. And then he's also going to provide them with the information that he has on the gentleman that was playing Mr. Blue Sky. That he was in the area of our building all the way down to 6th Street at one point, and then had returned. He'll describe what type of creatures he had with him and what their antics were when they came into the building and dragged the man out from the 5th floor alive. And then he'll head back to the group.
Okay. You make your way back into tent number 7. And the camera pulls out from that chain of events, essentially a small little marathon that plays out, and it makes its way following through Central Park and slowly making its way down to over the shoulder of Cabby.
All right. I am currently looking for the guy that was going through my ambulance looking for the morphine. I want to see if I can track him down.
Interesting. Go ahead and make me a search check if you want to just look by yourself. If you want to ask people, you can make me a persuade check.
We are gonna go with. You know what? I'm just gonna spend 3 competency points off the top.
Okay, fantastic. You go ahead and you spend the 3 competency points. And which method do you use?
I am going to search.
Okay, so you take a while and you make your way around Central Park, essentially, and you quickly find yourself heading back in the direction of the medical tents, and going over the Bow Bridge into a very large white tent that is next to the Ramble. And you can see that on this large tent are the letters CDC in blue.
All right.
And you see him walking out, currently washing his hands in a little outdoor shower and sink system that they've got set up.
So I'm going to make my way over to him and be like, "Yo!" waving my hand in the air.
And he looks at you, and now that you can see him out of his hazmat gear, he is tall, roughly about 6'2", short brown hair, brown eyes, 5 o'clock shadow, Caucasian, and looks to have a little bit of a scar on the right side of his nose, where it looks like a blade at one point had gone through his nose and it's just healed over. And he kind of nods towards you. Yeah, how you doing?
Not too bad, getting settled in. We got a few things over at the medical tent. But I got a few questions if you got the time.
Yeah, absolutely, sure. He looks down at his on his left hand, where you can see that there's an old watch that's kind of heavily worn on the leather of the straps. About 20 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm a little curious. You know, you seem to be a little bit hesitant on the information with your, just hold up one hand since I'm holding the drug box in the other, and just do the rabbit ears, kind of experiment.
Yeah.
That is something you'd be able to tell me a little more about.
Well, I wish I could, but no, past what I've already told you. No, I mean, unless you have a security clearance.
A security clearance, but we've seen some crazy shit out there.
I'm sure you have.
Out of curiosity, what kinds of variants you seen on these things?
Tons. General average subject. Straight out of a movie of 28 Days Later or The Walking Dead. Either they're a shambler or they're a runner. Other than that, you ever play The Last of Us?
Once or twice.
You remember the big fuckers with all the detachable fungi clusters that they threw them at you? You ran into one in the school.
Oh, great.
Not exactly one of those, but from what we've seen, some of them are beginning to bulk up, as it were. Usually from the signs, it looks like they're growing an average of anywhere between 5 to 6 inches, and starting to form a mix of cartilage and bone dermal plating. So far, we're just calling them brutes.
I'm just going to be, kind of mulling that one over in my head for a second. Be like, seen the bastards with the big claws?
Yep, seen those. Yep. By the way, I should let you know, those claws do get bigger than the usual 8 inches. The longest we've recorded so far is 16. There's crawlers, lovingly called. They don't crawl. They run on all fours, really. For some reason, their joints break and reform. Makes them run faster. And the one super interesting one that we have is, well, for all intents and purposes, a 23-year-old woman from Seoul, Korea, who does not speak English, who has some minimal control over a few of them.
And at this point, I'm just going to pull my phone out of my pocket, cue up a sound, be like, does this mean anything to you? And start playing Mr. Blue Skies.
You start going through the song, and he's like, no, but there is a kid out there that was playing that song that we didn't manage to get.
Yeah, we've run into him once or twice.
He's craftier. The ones that he was controlling were using guns.
Yeah, we ran into that too. He set our building on fire, tried to smoke us out.
Yeah. From what we can tell, they keep all full cognitive functions and a little more.
A little more?
Mm-hmm. You ever seen a woman who works as a accountant in Korea design from scratch, essentially, napalm?
Can't say that I have.
Neither have I. Till today.
Huh. Yeah.
So what our translator says, she found it out from one of her companions, she likes to call him.
So it's not a one and done on the smart thing then. Well, you guys seen any more of the bright ones?
6 in total recorded.
At this point, I'm gonna be kind of confused slightly, but at the same time really interested. Be like, did you ever wind up using that morphine?
Mm-hmm. It worked. That's all I can tell you.
Did you use it on the smart one?
Oh, fuck yeah. Shit, I told you more than I was supposed to. But you didn't hear that from me. And it gives you a sly wink.
Hear what? Well, I know I'm only a medic, but I can be pretty useful with these sorts of things.
I'm sure you can be. I think, well, as I'd love to sit here and theorycraft with you, and he looks down at his watch, I do have a round to make, but once they get you to Atlanta and get you down to the quarantine CDC area, you should talk to a few people there. Now, if you're in flight and they redirect you, they're going to redirect you to one of the carriers.
You said they're sending us to Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that a hot spot last I checked?
Still is. Don't ask me why they're sending you there.
Seems brilliant sending civilians that direction.
Mm,
Alright.
that's what I thought too. But apparently something's different in Atlanta quarantine-wise.
So at this point, I reach out with my free hand, offer to shake his hand, and then be like, "All right, well, thanks for what you could tell me and what you couldn't."
He shakes your hand and he says, by the way, if they redirect you, just know that means, number one, the quarantine in Atlanta's been broken. Number two, more than likely they broke out of Massachusetts. Because Massachusetts has fallen faster. And Florida's gone.
Yeah, were we
Alabama's
expecting
starting
anything
to
less? You're telling me the gun-toting rednecks couldn't hold it together. Damn shame.
Oh, no, the rednecks are doing pretty fine. But the idiots in the city, they're not doing so fine.
Of course not. Alright, well, thanks for your time.
Yep, have a good one.
So I am going to wander off. How far am I from the medical tent?
Where you are, let's see here. You are... You're not that far, actually. Maybe about 6 blocks.
Okay. At which point I'm going to duck off into the crowd, and I'm going to keep an eye on that guy and see where he's heading to, as he said he's going to do rounds.
Mhm.
If he winds up heading into the CDC tent, I'll wind up leaving.
It looks like he's heading over to... It looks like he's headed in the direction of the medical tents, but he's heading more towards the Metropolitan, the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Anything notable about that? Like, other than the fact that it's the Metropolitan Museum of Art? Like, is it... Does it look like it's been converted into anything?
You can't actually see it from where you're standing.
Ah, okay. So I'm gonna like tag way back, so long as he's heading in the direction of the medical tents, roughly. Still keeping an eye on him as I do.
Okay. Oop, that is not where I wanted to go. Trying to give the audience like a view of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and like the places I'm dropping it don't look that great. But yeah, you keep an eye on him, and he keeps heading that direction more and more so. And he starts to go out of line of sight when you watch as one of the Humvees pulls up to him.
All right.
He turns back your direction, and he motions with a number 2.
He motions with the number 2. Can I make a check to see if like I get what that means?
Your best guess at this point, and you
Like, is
are
he gesturing to me that, or
yeah, he's clearly motioning it to you. So you can make me a detect motive roll.
All right.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Yeah.
As he's stepping into the Humvee.
All
and
right.
it starts driving off.
All right. And where's the Humvee heading?
It's still headed to the Metropolitan Museum.
Okay. So I am going to continue on over to the medical tents.
Mm-hmm.
And make my way in, see if I can find Rachel.
Okay. You would get over there, and we'll say this is right as Rachel is making her way out of the tent.
All right.
So she's taking off like her shit, and it's all blood covered and disgusting. And she looks at fucking Cabby.
I'm just walking up, and I've got this really wide but kind of I am so sorry grin on my face.
You know, I
Before
really
you-
wish your camera was on so I could visualize that I'm so sorry grin.
So she doesn't she doesn't even acknowledge the "oh, I'm so sorry" grin. She says, the next time you offer my services up, you better stay the fuck around to help.
Like I said, I'm a glorified Band-Aid sticker, but there was something I had to do, and I figured it'd go better by myself.
Oh, and I don't have anything to do?
And I'm just gonna kind of wave for her to follow me back to the tent, and at this point I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit.
She's like, her eyes are like narrowed, and she's pretty pissed. What is going on? What is all these noises? Have you looked into any of this shit? I heard gunfire. I heard another scream. What the fuck is happening?
Do I see where that gunshot came from?
Ouch.
You would be able to tell that it came from the direction of the museum.
Okay. So I am going to still be continuing at a pretty good pace back to our tent.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to, be looking over at Rachel kind of out of the corner of my eye and be like, yeah, we might not want to get on those helicopters.
Great. And you gave them all of this stuff. Okay.
And I'm gonna look and be like, no, I gave him the shit we don't need. I'm like, do you want to carry a 180-pound cot? How about a bunch of extra bandaging shit? Do you know how much I've got in here? And just point to my backpack.
Yeah, I helped you pack it. I don't even understand why we took all the shit from the ambulance in the first place if we weren't going to use it. But if you have the backpack, that's fine. What? I mean, she's like extremely annoyed, and like it's coming through in all of her shit, like her attitude towards him and everything. So, what is going on?
Well, I caught up with that guy that snagged the morphine from my truck.
1 vial, and out of how many that we have?
I don't give a shit how many he took. It's what he was doing with it I'm a little more concerned about.
Okay, what are they doing?
They're experimenting on some of them, which, fuck, we did, but I'm a little more concerned with the fact that, remember Mr. Blue Skies?
Yeah?
There's more.
What? You mean he's not like one fluke kind of thing? Okay.
There's at
but
least 6.
Where-
And
there are
and-
helicopters. Where are the helicopters? What are
You watch as they
Where
start
is
coming over the
everybody?
western wall.
We need to get everybody now. Like now. I don't know what's happening. They're
still picking up.
Now they're
Still
heading
picking up
south.
the pace. Yeah, still picking up the pace. I am like, no shit. We need to get everyone else. Let's go.
Yep. So let's get Dexter first, and then because I think he's in. He said
Wasn't
something.
aren't the tents closer to us than the quartermaster?
One second. You're looking for tent number 7?
Yep.
Yeah, it's closer to you. So
Okay.
with the talking and walking that
swing
you've
there
done,
first.
yeah, I'd say you're maybe about 30 feet from tent number 7. You'll be there in about 2 more sentences.
I do not want to have a conversation without everyone present, and she says this very pointedly to Kevy's character.
We'll get everyone, but we need to move. And at that point, I'd wind up throwing open the door of the tent.
So what's going on?
Hold on. When I enter the tent, do I see the 3 NPCs,
Mhm.
the new face,
Mhm.
and Kira there as well? Is that who I see in tent 7?
I mean,
Unless
I got like
Kira's
a
moved.
blanket over me, so like if you could piece it together, I'm sleeping. But like at first impression, with non-meta knowledge, you just see like a cot with a blanket covering a body.
Okay, but it matches the shape and form of a mound that would be Kira.
Close enough. It's a reasonable assumption.
Okay, great. And then the 3 NPCs are there, Aaron?
Yeah, they're kind of on their own cots, except for the couple of 211 there. They're together looking at his phone.
Okay. And I look over to Olivia's character. I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were sharing a cot or a tent with someone. Hi. And like immediately, like any irritation that she had with Cabby kind of melts away when she's dealing with someone new, because again, like nursing face or whatever. Like she's like, I'm Rachel. I guess you've met everybody else. Oh, muted.
No, keeps turning itself off.
Okay.
I'm Via. Yeah, we had a little conversation.
Okay, great. Well, are you by yourself? Like, is anybody else with you?
No, I've been in this tent alone for a while now. You guys are the first people I've talked to here, other than the soldiers out there.
Okay. Well, this guy's Cabby. And I'm assuming like you've met Megan and oh my god, Veronica and Michael. Jesus. Okay. And then so yeah.
Yep.
Great.
I'm gonna look around real quick. Is Dexter here?
As you start looking around, Dexter, you can see Cabby and Rachel standing in the opening of the tent.
Okay, Dexter walks in and hands Cabby a handgun. Looks around at everybody, smiles, and says, "The guns are nice and clean."
And great, you're here. I'm super happy that you're here. Okay, everybody is here. Awesome. So, let's hear what you have to say. Like, and we have to do this quick. So she's gonna walk over and nudge Kira to wake up, and anyone else that was kind of asleep, and just kind of nudge them and try to join in the conversation. So everyone hears this.
As you make your way over to Michael and Veronica, and you motion for them to join in the conversation, you can see on their phone the headlines, Atlanta finally lost.
Oh Jesus, Atlanta's gone.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Like the city?
Yeah.
The whole
city.
thing?
Lost to whatever's out there. Yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad thing at this point.
What?
Why isn't that a bad thing?
Is it time to go?
This is actually good news because, at least for us, obviously terrible news that Atlanta is war, but this announcement comes right before we've been evac'd to Atlanta. So now the military is going to have to reroute, and we're going to be going somewhere.
I am just going to snap and point towards Dexter, be like, exactly. Here's the catch.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, guys. See you in a bit. I just
What-
put
where-
my things on and start walking out.
What are you? This isn't a camping trip, woman. Like,
What? I don't know. You guys are making noise. It's time to leave, right? I would just
no.
Let her go. Let her.
Okay. All right.
So I am going to, I'm gonna explain that I caught up with that one researcher. He was a little cagey on the details, but well, the backup plan is they divert us to, he said carriers. I'm assuming they've got some ships off the coast. That
Like aircraft carriers?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But that causes a couple of problems.
Why are they flying now? What is happening right now? Why was there screeching like the monster screeching that we heard at the apartment? What's happening here now?
Well, what's happening here now is you remember Mr. Blue Skies?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of him.
There's more
What's
than
Mr. Blue Skies?
At this point, I'm gonna look and then kind of shake my head and turn back to the group and be like, yeah, there's 6 confirmed. They got 1 in the camp.
So Blue
Dexter-
Skies.
Dexter leans to Olivia, and he says, "A creepy teenager that doesn't appear to have any mutations playing Mr. Blue Sky at full volume as he commands these."
Yeah, no. It's worse than that.
What is that?
Not
GM.
good. At this
So-
point,
Quick question. Since I was walking back from the bathroom, do I get a better view of where the hell that thing is?
You don't know where the noise was coming from of the screams, but you can see the occasional upkick of tracer fire towards lower Manhattan. And that's where
Alright,
most of this
I'll go-
noise looks to be coming from.
I go
Okay.
running into the tent and be like, "Hey guys, bullets, Lower Manhattan, something not good."
They're making a push on the quarantine zone. We did get our shit and get over by the choppers. It's going to be a first come, first served basis. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, I'm grabbing my shotty.
next, I got something else we need to do.
What? No.
Olivia, you're welcome to join us.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Everybody grab your shit. Everybody grab
Me
your
twice.
shit. Let's go. Let's go.
I just shit my shit out of my body, man. I'm not grabbing this. Gross. That's my shotty though.
So yeah, we are all out the door.
Running. I'm going towards the evacuation. Like, I don't know what you...
What direction is the evac and what direction is the museum?
The direction of the evac and museum, they're in the same direction.
Okay.
As the evac itself is happening in North Meadow. You're going to... So where you guys currently are is... You guys are in... Oh, God. Trying to find it on the map. Let's report. You guys are currently in, like, the outer edge corner of Sheep Meadow. And you've got to make your way back across Central...
What the hell is that? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep, there it is. You got to make your way... Either you can go across the Bow Bridge or you can go around it to head into proper Central Park. And then cross either on the left or right side of the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir.
Onassis.
And then that's Onassis. And then past the tennis center is North Meadows, where all the baseball fields are.
We're going that way.
Yeah, I would say we make our way over to East Drive and follow that up.
Okay. So you guys make your way over to East Drive and follow that up. All right. So you, before you do that, you guys go ahead and get your things. And you get ready to move. And that takes you, you know, it doesn't take you a whole lot of time, but it does take you a good minute for everybody to get ready. Excuse me. And I would like, well, I'd like to know, what speed are you guys looking to go at? Oops, didn't mean to do that.
I would say
A jog.
yeah, like a brisk walk to a endurance jog.
Okay. Go ahead. And, what am I going to have you roll for this?
Okay, well now we're running. I'm running. Like, how close was that scream? Was it like on the other side of the wall?
On the other side of the wall, absolutely.
Oh my God, we're fucking running. Like, running.
At this point too, I've got the radio tuned to the National Guard channel.
Okay, it's going haywire with all sorts of call-outs of groups. There's word about a huge horde coming from the south and one coming from the west. And one of them is screaming about they can't get a song out of their goddamn head. Why are they hearing Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky? And I'm gonna have all of you make me endurance checks as you start your run and start making your way.
Oh, I'm just spending 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Me too.
Spending 3.
Okay.
I will do that too if everybody's doing that. I think I know what that means.
Okay.
It means we don't have to roll.
Right.
Fantastic. You all, what about Kira?
Oh, blinded and swift.
I'm a bird 3,
Oh.
but it's good times for me. I'm not that athletic.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hence
accuracy
the
my character
reason I
build.
spent
Not that
3.
fit.
So, here's what I'm going to offer you, Kira.
Bring it.
You may talk me out of one of these. You may make me a mechanics for one of these. And the rest I would like to offer to take as risk.
So, I wanted to burn 3 to bring that down to 2 fails.
Okay. All right. So you
And
burn 3 to bring
then-
that down to 2 fails. In that case, talk me through one. Give me a mechanical for the other.
All right. So, I guess because there's so much talk happening, as we're getting ready to leave, I wanted to ask Miss Olivia if she had or Miss Via, if she had a cell phone I could borrow.
Yeah, I have a cell phone.
All right. So I guess as everybody's running, I'm trying to desperately make a call back to the foster home to check in on my sister and family, and burning the extra, oxygen to try to dialogue and fumble through all that shit. Just really inefficiently moving. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mechanical.
All right. So that's like physicality, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. During all of this, I'm probably gonna just bump into a portly man, probably like 5'11", slam into him, hit the ground. My eye patch goes falling somewhere, and I'm just doing a Velma from Scooby Doo trying to find it, because now my nearsightedness is kicking in.
Okay. Fantastic.
Do
and
I see?
all of you see
down?
that happen as there's a loud from behind all of you.
What was that?
So I am going to turn. As soon as I see Kira down, I'm going to drop the drug box on the ground, turn around, go pick her up, and then grab the drug box on my way by.
Okay.
Do I find the eye patch or no?
You do not.
Do I quickly find the eye patch?
Make me a spot listen.
Yeah!
You do.
Alright, I pick that up and put it in her hand and begin kind of, guiding her along back to where we were.
Fantastic.
I tell Cabby, Via's phone. I dropped Via's phone. I can't lose it. That's not right.
Nope, we are not. Nope.
Please.
No,
Definitely
Come
no.
on.
Don't worry about the phone.
all the guilt. I guess I'm gonna attempt to put the eye patch on and let my eyes adjust as I'm just half blind, I guess.
So yeah, booking it at this point.
Yes.
A round goes over you guys' head.
Oh, ducking down.
Another one.
Nope, still booking.
Another one.
I am gonna I'm gonna quickly whip my head around. Do I see where the shots are coming from?
They look like they're coming from the Heckscher Playground.
Playground. Oh, where the hell is that?
And at this point, you guys have made it to the New York Lawn Bowling Club.
Wait, the Heckscher Playground.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even see that from there?
It doesn't look like it's someone aiming at you. That's just where the bullets are coming from.
Okay, so from the
You
southwest
figure
area.
they're plunging at this point.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, still, and you said we're at where currently?
You guys have made it past, the essential line would be the New York Lawn Bowling Club, the Frisbee Hill, and the Rumsey Playfield area. That's the line that essentially you've crossed at this point.
Okay. Yeah, heading straight northeast for East Drive.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make me your next set of endurance checks.
Oh, because I'm so bad. I'm just gonna spend another 3.
All
I'm
right.
spending 3.
Okay. So that brings you down to 2, Rachel. Let's see. Miss Newton coming in with the 2 successes. All right. Kira is spinning 3 as well. Okay, that brings you down to 1, Kira. So
Spending
Kira-
3 as well.
Okay, spinning 3 as well. Kira, you stumble around a little bit, and you're slowed down a little bit, but you're still good. Rachel, could you talk me through 1 and mechanically 1?
The gunshots kind of jarred her, so she kind of lost her footing a little bit, picks it up. The bags that she's carrying are a little heavy, so she kind of has to strain a little bit to pick up speed again. So she falls behind slightly.
Dexter will grab under her arm and continue pulling her with sure footing.
Fantastic. You guys keep heading along your way. As the chopper goes over you, and go ahead, and this is going to be for Via. I would like for you to make me a dodge check. As a hail of hot brass from a 50 cal starts raining down onto the grass below the chopper as it passes by. Okay. I will offer to take 3 of those as risk.
Jesus. Helen's like,
I don't know what that means. Okay.
Okay, fantastic. I will bank that.
Hold on. It means that he can take 3 of the risk and make it use of them at a later time to make something more difficult for us.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do to mitigate that? I can spend
That's just my offer. You can spend competency, and yeah.
What's the limit on the
limit is
number
3
of competence points? Okay, I'll spend 3.
Okay. So in that case, with just the 1 failure, you take 5 points of burning damage as several pieces of hot brass slip underneath your clothing and start burning on your skin, and slowly making their way down your shirt.
Okay.
So, curious here, Aaron, but we've only got 5 health.
That hits your damage threshold before it hits your health.
What?
So, for vitality, you have a damage threshold, and then you have health points and injuries. Now, your damage threshold is how much damage you can take before you start losing health points.
Is that every time damage is
Nope.
directed
That's a
towards
one-time thing until you have taken the time to get a bit of treatment.
Okay, so with her taking 5, you said 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if 5 is all she has, now that is gone, and then she starts burning health points from this point forward until someone can heal her, correct?
Correct. And she has a grand total of 6, which means she has 1 more damage threshold left.
Okay.
Strong girl, damn. I am a glass cannon. I'm not even a glass cannon, I'm just glass base.
Okay. All right, keep running. She's going to shout to everybody, keep running.
All right. You guys make it all the way to Alice in Wonderland before I need your next endurance check. And at this point, it doesn't matter what, your legs are burning. Not on fire burning, but like they hurt.
So we're taking like a black dice, or
No.
I gotta I got it.
Wow, you rolled a 10 and you got a success. Cabby, you got 1 red. Newton, you got 5 red. And Kira, you've got 4. And Kira's spending 3 to bring that down to 1. Ellen, would you like to spend 3 to bring yours down to 2?
I absolutely would, yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right, and then Cabby, what are we doing?
I'm gonna spend 1. I'm gonna spend 1 to break even.
Okay, and then Dexter is going ahead and he's spending 3 in advance. Fantastic. So Cabby, from this point on, you're taking a black dice, even though you broke even. And Kira, you've got 1 failure left over, so you're also taking a black dice. But you also need to take, for me, you trip and fall, and it slows the group down again. But you do get back up and you keep running.
With 3 successes, can I spend 2 of those to attempt to grab Via and Rachel and assist them along for
Rachel's good. Rachel's fine. When you go back, she actually passes you.
Jazzercise.
Okay, well, I'll grab Via, and I'd like to spend 1 of my successes to maybe give her advantage on that roll so she can re-roll. Is that possible?
That unfortunately is not possible, but what you can do for that in this case is we'll say that you use 1 of your successes to negate 1 of her minuses.
Okay, so I'm not getting too far ahead of the group. I can, if I'm able, I'd actually give her 2 if they're necessary.
You're certainly free to give her 2 if you want to, and that'll break her even and just give her the black dice.
Whatever will help.
Okay. Fantastic. You guys continue running, and you're running, and you're running, and it's getting more and more tiring. And as you make it to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, you can actually see one of the Humvees, a number of 2, I should say, National Guard soldiers that are starting to jump into it, and it looks like they're about to start the engine.
Go, guys! Get in the truck! Get in the truck!
You hear the engine kicks on as you guys are trying to make your way to the truck, and I would like whoever wants to, and multiple people can do that. Do this, I should say. Make me a persuasion check.
Persuade.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. Persuade. I want to spend 2.
Quick
Okay.
question: do I keep the black dice on the persuade as well, or is it just in
Correct.
So no black dice for persuade?
You're gonna keep your black dice for persuade. You're tired, you're exhausted. Yeah.
I spent 2.
Yeah, so you brought yourself up to a +1.
Yeah.
Cabby, you're sitting at 2 negatives.
Yep.
You want to do anything about that?
No.
Okay. Kira, you're spending 3. That'll bring you to 2 successes. And is anybody else going to jump in on this?
I'm just
I
gonna
fell
sit there
down. I've got
stammering,
burning
going,
things in my shirt. I'm not in a good place right now.
Okay. What about Dexter?
I'm assisting Via.
Okay.
So the other of us.
Fantastic.
I'm
So
just huffing and puffing, going, too fat.
what happens for this roll is Rachel, you had you ended up with a success because you spent the competency.
Mm-hmm.
Cabby, you had the 2 negatives. That takes away and brings it down to a negative total. Then Kira spent 3 competency, so that brings it back to 2 successes. So, oh, sorry, no, that brings it down to 1 success. My bad. So that's 1 success for the group, they don't start driving the moment they have the engine on. And make me an endurance check as you get up to the Humvee. It's your last endurance check you got to roll.
Oh, screw it. Spending 3. I'm not.
Spend
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 as well.
I'll do that
If you
too
don't,
because I
if
am
you
not good at
don't, you
rolling.
deserve to be level.
apparently.
No.
I'm gonna keep the roll because I'm not athletic, guys. At this point, it feels realistic for me to just be tired. Like, fuck.
Okay, fantastic.
I charged him to hold out. You guys' legs stall him, please.
Kira, your legs are burning. You're exhausted. You're out of breath. You're going to add on 2 more black dice for your future rolls at this point.
So 3 total?
3 total. You guys manage to finally get to the Humvee and you start piling in. And as soon as the doors are closed, they start ripping down the pathway. And we will be back for the conclusion after this break. See you soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Here We Are, Year Zero. So, all of you finish piling into the Humvee. It skids off in the direction of the evac zone. Any conversations that want to happen in the Humvee as you're speeding along?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Well, first and foremost, I want to take out one of my several water bottles and start guzzling that mofo.
Okay. So she's gonna be checking to make sure everyone's okay, especially with the gunshots and stuff like that. She's gonna check Olivia, and she's gonna just check over everybody because she thought, and then she's gonna look at Olivia and actually be like, "Oh my god, I thought you were gonna be shot for sure. Are you okay?"
I'm okay. Something hot went down the back of my shirt a little bit. I probably have a little bit of a burn, but I'm fine. We can take a look at it later.
You're sure?
I was gonna say, me hearing the word burn, I would just reach into one of the side pouches, pull out a sterile dressing, and hand it over to Rachel.
Yeah. And
You just slap them on,
Yep.
and they stay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much like not even waiting. I'm already treating her like I'm forcing her to turn around.
Already getting your shirt off.
All right, make me that first aid check.
Fancy backpacks with all the like clips. I gotta unclip all the clips and.
Yep. I'm helping. It's
Okay.
coming off, and I'm doing this as quickly as
First
quick. Okay, so first aid. Do I have to use the kit thing or
Yes,
something?
add that in there.
So I have a first aid kit. It's a multiplier of 1.
Multiplier of 1.
Multiplier. What?
You made it work.
Ooh.
We
What
just
are
ran a
you-
bunch. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I'm using 3. What the fuck, man?
instead of aloe vera, you accidentally dumped bleach down her back.
Shut up. Please don't give him fucking ammunition to use here. Okay, so I've used 3, so you have 1.
One
The
failure.
jerkiness of the car.
Absolutely. That definitely plays in a factor as you unintentionally aggressively put the bandage on. And unfortunately, for this particular instance, you will not regain any of your damage threshold.
Great.
None?
Ouch.
Even though I treated her?
Fail is a fail.
God damn
That's
it.
supposed to
All right.
make you feel better because it.
Look, I'm sorry. The car's jerking a whole bunch. I at least there's some treatment happening here, so that's what's
Okay.
important.
So as Dexter is catching his breath, he reaches up and or over and pats Cabby on the shoulder and kind of looks back at the group and as he's breathing heavily, he says, "I'd just like to take a minute to thank this dude, because if it weren't for the fact that we went upstairs to investigate a second way out of that building, we would have never known that those creatures were in the sewers underneath our building, and they were already there. We wouldn't have known to go down and check the boiler room to find out what the fuck they were up to. We probably wouldn't have been alerted until it was too late that they were down there digging. And while the mistakes that were made up there were unfortunate, they did lead us to a point where we were all able to evacuate the building in time to save our lives.
Okay.
It got us here, and we are now in a vehicle getting away from all this shit. So I just want to throw that out there. We appreciate it, or I appreciate it.
I mean, whatever.
Shut-
Results are results. No one's dead. Cool. I toasted that. Keep chugging my water.
So at this point, I am just going to turn to the group and be like, look, there's a bunch of those smart ones. Obviously, they're making a push on everything. Bigger problem is there is already one inside the compound. That's what they've been testing on.
Wait, hold on. Time out. So, are you saying that the quote unquote cosplay people aren't just cosplaying, and that the monsters might be real?
Rachel is just gonna be like, have you not listened to anything that I have told you?
No.
Why?
I was of the opinion that these things were real threats, but up till now, I was treated like the guy saying "end of the world" on New York Times Square. So just saying, it's funny how everybody flips opinions. No credits are due. We're gonna do a little monologue about we helped everybody, but my hypothesis is nothing. Now going back to my water. Whatever.
Yeah. So at this point, I kind of want to like turn around in the Humvee and look out the front as to where we're going.
You're still headed to the baseball fields.
Is there a check that I can make to see if I can like piece together why in the hell that researcher made the 2 sign to me real quick?
What is happening? What is happening?
You watch as the back window of the Humvee shatters, and a round skids inside of the vehicle on the roof, and just makes a cut into it before exiting out the roof.
Well, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Sorry if you guys get wet with some water bottle.
Dexter, if necessary, will push his way to the back of the vehicle with the AK, and he's gonna duck down, look out the rear of the vehicle to see if there are active targets to shoot at.
You see plenty of people in National Guard uniforms moving about, occasionally taking shots in the direction of where you were coming from.
All right, so if there are no active threats in sight, he's just going to wait.
Fantastic.
Wait, hold on, time out. Hold on, these bullets, even during a situation like this, I don't expect National Guard to be shooting at us. Wasn't there something about these things? Could this be the smart one shooting at us? Was that information put out?
Dexter stares out the back window.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not crazy, right? They wouldn't just shoot at civil. If we don't see any monsters in here, why are these bullets going near us?
Well, one of them shot at Dexter, so yeah, we know that they can shoot.
So did they acquire military? Whatever, a situation's a situation. Chug.
Yeah.
As you're passing, as you're finishing passing the reservoir, the choppers finally come in sight for you guys.
Oh, finally.
And one of the choppers looks like it's been heavily damaged, but the rest of them still have their engines running, and people are around them at the ready.
We're going to the healthy chopper.
Looking at the choppers, are there any identifying marks on them?
Marines.
I'm just. Well, no. Like I just keep racking my brain on the fact that researcher made the number 2 towards me.
Make me a search check.
You know what? I am just gonna spend 3 on it.
Okay, you spend 3 on it. If it involves a helicopter, there are 2. As you get closer and closer to the helicopters, there are 2 helicopters that do include the number 2 in their tail numbers.
Okay. Are
And
either of them the damaged ones?
No. The car comes to a skidding stop just outside of the North Meadow baseball field 3, and that's one of the helicopters with a 2 on it. It's a Chinook with a 2 on it.
All right. I want to take a look around real quick, see if I can see that researcher anywhere.
All right, make me a spot listen.
Oh, come on, roll low. Fuck!
You do not. In all the chaos that is going on, you are unable to spot the researcher, as it were. But what you do see is heading towards you, starting to pass the other side of the lake, is a crowd of people that look completely panicked. And everybody can make me a spot listen for this as you begin to hear the sound of a panicked crowd behind you. Hold on. I've got panic crowd sounds. Where are my panic crowd sounds?
I got 1 success, yeah.
We could all just scream.
As much as I love that, I think I'll stick with. I'll stick with that.
So, quick question, DM. So, does drinking my water help with my fatigue whatsoever, or am I still at 3 black dice?
I would say with the water over the time that you've been in the Humvee resting, anybody and everybody can go ahead and remove 1 of their black dice.
So with the water, can I get an extra, or am I still just at 1?
With the water, I'll allow an extra. You're down to 1.
Thanks for the charity, boss.
There you go. Okay, so Rachel, yep. Cabby, yep. Via, yep. Dexter, you see a crowd of people screaming and running towards you. Kira, you see a crowd of people screaming and running towards you.
Aaron,
So, yep.
I'd like to, if possible, I wasn't specifically looking for what we just rolled for.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, Dexter was actually going to be looking at the choppers, determining what the best option was in regards to 2 things. First, he was going to try to see if any of them were more armored than the others, and he was also going to look and see if any of them weren't being or soon to be overrun by people, so that we would have a better chance of getting on.
The crowd of civilians is the one behind you. Those are the only civilians you can see in sight. Everybody else is National Guard. They aren't making their way to the choppers, other than the crews themselves.
Okay, so which can I roll a separate spot listen for, or search for figuring out which one of these vehicles is the most armored, or
I will allow you to make me a search check.
how many successes would I need for that?
I would need at least 3.
Yeah, I'll just spend 3 then.
Okay. So you spend the 3. The other one with a 2 on it in the tail number, you don't know this, but this is for Cabby's knowledge in case you point it out, is a CH-53E. And it's actually got a 240 Bravo sticking out the tail end, and 2 Gatlings sticking out of the gunner ports on either side.
So it's significantly more weaponized than the rest.
More weaponized and a lot more armored than a Chinook.
Okay.
But smaller.
Dexter's
Slightly.
going to point towards that one, and he will pull whoever's near him along with him, and he'll yell out, "That one, let's go!"
And you said that's one of the ones that has the 2 on the tail sign?
Yes.
Okay. Can I use one of my extra successes to look around and see if I can see any sign of that researcher anywhere?
I'll give that to you. Yeah, sure. He is currently boarding onto that CH-53.
All right. Gonna start booking towards it.
Yep, absolutely. And then for those of you who don't know what a CH-53 looks like, I'm going to bring this image over, and it should be popping up on stream right about now.
So while Aaron is doing that, I am going to be herding everybody towards that one. I'm making sure every one of our party members is going towards that location, and if they need help carrying something, if they need something else, I'm right there.
Okay. Fantastic. You begin hurting everybody. So Rachel, what you see among the crowd for that spotless, and I had you roll earlier, is people are starting to fall in the back into the crowd. Cabby, what you see with, because you've still got 2 successes left over from your spot listen, is one, you see the people falling over. With your extra success, you can actually see individuals on all fours running through the crowd and grabbing people. And they are not killing them, they are dragging them away.
Alrighty. At that point, I am going to, like, how far would Dex be from me at this point?
Dexter, I'm assuming you guys are all relatively close to each other, so no more than 10 feet at the most.
I may actually be kind of pulling him along towards me as I pointed.
Okay, so he's right next to you.
All
right. So at that point, you know, I'm gonna turn around, and be like, Dex, and point back, be like, there's infected in that crowd.
Yeah, let's go.
Run, run, everyone,
you guys run. Make me endurance checks.
I'm spending 3.
Yeah. I'm making it 3 spent.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take any chances.
God. Oh.
Woo! And I need to make a roll for them. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, Kira.
I already have my next 4 characters lined up. Don't worry.
Are you expecting Eric to just be pissed to the point where he shoots you 4 times in a row?
It's a dramatic climax. Let's see how it plays out.
Oh, God.
All right. You guys are making your way to the CH-53E, and Dex and Cabby and Rachel and Michael and Via and Veronica, you all make it on the chopper nice and safe. Slowly behind you, maybe about 10 feet at the most, you can see that Kira is struggling her butt off. She trips, she falls, she gets back up, she drops her bag, she picks it back up and slings it back over her shoulder, and she gets to the steps or the ramp of the CH-53E just as you're seeing the crawlers starting to jump over the crowd of people that are running your way, and many of them just immediately start taking people and dragging them back, and a good 6 of them keep coming your way.
So, Aaron, are we? Kira is at the ramp of the chopper now.
Her foot is on the ramp right this second as that happens.
Okay. Dexter is going to turn around and try to take a couple shots at the ones in the back that are trying to drag people away.
Make me a long guns check, as the soldiers around you also start firing away.
That's a supported skill, right? So I get advantage on it?
Nope.
No advantage?
You add the
You add your kit, remember.
Right.
And while you were doing that, here, a series of gunshots from the National Guard around you. And I'm going to roll their shots as well. Let's see here.
That's my first burst.
Make, how many times do you want to shoot in your burst?
I'll unload this magazine if I have time to do it.
Okay, fantastic. So, yeah, you... And do you focus down one before going to the next, or you're just spraying?
I'm going to focus down one before going to the next.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me 3 red dice. And they're going to make their shots. Long gun, boop, boop. Long gun, boop, boop. Long gun,
Goddamn stormtroopers.
Boop. And last one. Boop, boop. Okay. So you roll a total of 10 damage. Only one of them hit. Only one of the,
It's the one
National
that
Guard
flunked out of
does.
stormtrooper school.
Yeah. It's National Guard. What'd you expect? No, I'm
Not
kidding.
much.
I'm kidding.
30
Um,
miles an hour and jumping 30 feet in the air, 20 feet in the air.
Okay, so with 10 damage, let me see something here. That'll eat through his. Okay. So you chew through one of them, and it goes down, but it takes most of the mag. And you switch over to your next target, and you start emptying the rest of your mag. And you hit him a few times. You hit him at least 3 times, but he's still chugging his way towards you.
I will swap out my mag and keep going.
Okay.
At
So you
this. Oh,
Mhm.
Go ahead.
You begin to swap out your mag. Kira finishes making it onto the ramp, and you just hear from the front of the helicopter, "Fuck this!" And the ramp starts lifting slightly, and he starts to pull off the ground. As the screaming and gunshots slowly begin to fade away as you take off out of Central Park and begin to make your way out of the city.
Never been into sports. Everyone good?
I am currently making my way over to the researcher.
He looks tired,
I mean,
like he's been running a lot.
Mr. Doctor Man.
I am just gonna flop down next to him and be like,
I see you got my message.
yeah, given the circumstances, can we say fuck the clearances and what the fuck just happened?
Put on your headset. He says, as it's, you guys are like essentially yelling at each other in the helicopter. For those of you who haven't been on them, they are extremely loud, even when you're inside them. And even if the ramp is closed, they are still extremely loud to the point where you're essentially in a shouting match, unless you have on the headphones.
All right, I'm gonna throw on the nearest pair I can find.
Okay, you go ahead and throw on a pair, and he throws on his pair. All right, what do you want to know?
Number one, what the fuck just happened? Aside from the obvious.
Aside from the obvious? Well, apparently they get really pissed when you kill one of them.
So I take it you managed to kill the smart one then.
Mm-hmm. Smart Korean chick I was talking about, she's dead. Moments
How'd you
later,
pull that off?
well, your morphine seemed to help. And he just looks at you.
Huh.
What?
A few moments later, that's when the first shots were heard.
The morphine
So-
killed it?
Yeah.
Unless you guys have headsets on, you can't hear this conversation.
Oh,
Yep.
so there's only limited amount of headsets, I'm assuming.
There are enough headsets for 6 people.
That means the 2 pilots, or the pilot and the co-pilot at the
Mhm.
least.
No. This is not counting the pilots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting my headset on.
Okay, you put your headset on, and what you hear when you put your headset on is everything from your morphine helped.
So, yeah, I've got a whole list of questions, but I guess like my most pertinent 3 would have to be number 1. Do they metabolize morphine like we do?
No. No, not at all. Best I
So
can
is it
tell,
toxic or is it like an overdose?
extremely toxic.
Does that work on other narcotics like fentanyl?
Don't know about fentanyl. I told you about the excessive amounts of alcohol. So that's all I've got for
All
you.
right.
Apparently, they had found some more out at the headquarters in Atlanta, but that's gone.
So found some more what?
Info on how to kill him.
Ah.
I mean, yeah, sure, the research is still sitting there, but the lab's gone.
Right. The second pertinent question I've got is, do we know anything about how these things communicate with each other?
If I were to tell you that it is through pheromones, I would only be half right. She could do 6. Maybe more. She didn't have time to try anymore before we caught up to her.
Do we assume that the smart ones can talk to each other then?
Well, judging by the attack that we just got, I'd say they are at least aware of each other's existence. Not only that, when they die.
All right.
Perimeter
Okay.
was clear when we killed her.
I got 2 last questions for you.
Hmm.
First, where the fuck are we going?
We are headed to the USS George Washington in the Gulf. But of course, we're going to stop. We're going to make one stop, get fuel.
Where the hell are we stopping?
We are going to be stopping at JFK.
Why? Oh, for the fuel. Okay.
Is there anything else you can tell us about what's going on that we probably don't already know?
The predicted loss of territory at this stage. They're going to be in Tennessee in 4 days.
How are these smart ones made? Like, do you guys know? Like, what
We don't
makes
know.
one?
We don't know. Not at all. Cannot figure it out for the life of us. From what we were told by her, and what was translated, she was enjoying her day. She was in the subway on her way to a friend's house in the Upper West Side, and things started going to hell. She blacked out.
All right. I would like to make 1, possibly 2 checks.
Sure.
And then that's it for me. First one, I would like to make a detect motives check.
Absolutely.
To see if he is being completely upfront and honest with me, or if it feels like there's something he's hiding. And I'm just going to spend a flat 3 on it.
Okay. I will still need a roll because this is going to be contested. And he's going to contest that.
Puts me at 4.
Sorry, give me 1 second. You would technically fall under that category. And I need you to make me an expression check. And no kits. Multiplier. And that only brings him to 2. And yeah, he's not going to spend competency on this. You can tell he isn't telling you everything, but he has been truthful.
All right. And I would like to make a persuasion check to see if I can get him to tell me what it is
Absolutely.
that he's not wanting to. I'm going to spend the max on it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm probably going to fail this badly. Ooh.
Okay. So you end up with 4 successes. And he is going to use a command, not because he is making a command, but because he is following an order. To see if he can resist that. No. Okay. All right. So give me like if you don't want to fully work out exactly what you say, give me at least the gist of how you coax this out of him.
Trust me, I get the whole cover your ass thing, and I get that you got people to answer to, but at this point I'm thinking chain of command is, and I'm just going to kind of look out the window while I say this, kind of going down in flames at the moment, but we're here, we're alive. Whatever you can tell us, it'll help.
He kind of looks around nervously and then kind of shakes his head. I assume in your little experiments you wanted to know, I don't know, if these things were coming from the dead or if they were just alive, right?
Yeah, we tried that already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true in Africa.
What's true?
The ones who died in the volcanic explosion in Lake Kivu, they died from the toxic gases released. 2.5 million people. Confirmed dead, on top of that. Well, as of 7 hours ago, 2.5 million people fully disappeared, and 500,000 of them were spotted crossing a highway in Rwanda.
Great. So we know this is from that eruption then.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you're not supposed to tell us?
I'm not supposed to tell you that among those 500,000 was a creature that is not native to Earth in any sense of the scientific imagination, that walked on 6 legs and had the face of a monkey.
What? That's not possible.
Yeah, well, I'd say that too. But I also would tell you that 90% of its body was covered in rotted muscle. Human muscle. Which leads us, of the scientific community, and he makes air quotes, to believe that they can do things with dead flesh. Weird things.
Great. And then at this point, I mean, I'll make another roll if you need me to. Does it seem like he's been completely forthcoming at this point?
At this point, yeah.
Okay.
And to let you guys know, you guys are over Bushwick at this point. Bushwick, Brooklyn.
How does it look down below?
Make me a spot listen.
talk my way through anything, but can't look my way out of a fucking paper bag.
Okay. Dexter and Rachel, or not Dexter and Rachel, but Rachel and Via and Cabby. As you look out the windows, you just see plumes of smoke coming from below you. Kira, are you gonna fail or succeed? Also, Dexter, make sure to clear your red dice. Kira.
So that was an everybody roll.
If you want to. If you don't want to, just say you don't. Okay. So yeah, the four of you can't really make out anything really discernible down there. It's just you can see that there are essentially fires below that's sending smoke up into the sky. Dexter, what you see when you look out of the window is completely empty streets, several burning buildings, no signs of movement whatsoever. And for a city of millions, it's weird that you're going past block after block and nobody's around.
Dexter will make mention there's nobody down there anymore.
Where are they all gathered?
And just as you say that, the sun begins to slowly rise over the horizon. And JFK comes into view as the helicopter slowly begins to lower. And we end the episode with the wheels of the helicopter landing on the pavement as you find yourself once again within the warm embrace of the National Guard. And you can see a fueling truck driving its way up to your helicopter. And that's where we are going to end. Thank you all so much for coming out. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you guys next time. I've been your GM storyteller of Forgotten Dreams. I've been joined by Ava, Eric, Cabby, Ellen, and Moo. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
I don't think I was mentioned, but cool.
I said Moo.
He did say
I
moo.
thought you like paused in uncertainty.
No.